Damn dog got in the way.
Yeah, I got the sniffs in my mic.
That's a nice ASMR.
Oh, the beer. Refreshing.
Sky blue mountains.
From the land of the sky blue waters.
Waters.
Yeah.
Wow. We're never going to get a
Fuck.
sponsorship now.
Sorry, Hams.
We are never going to get a sponsorship now. That is so
Mountains, were you
good.
Getting Coors over there or something?
Oh, Coors. Banquet is pretty
Not
good.
a sponsor, but they could be.
They could.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Right now,
This point, I'll take like Red Dog.
I bet
Four Loko.
they got cool apparel.
How about Boone's Farm? Can we get a Boone's Farm
I want the
sponsorship? baby?
good ass beer.
Good ass beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Kirkland Lager is back.
You're way too excited about that. Hey guys, did you hear?
No, it's
Kirkland
back.
Lager is back.
We were over there
You're
perusing.
doing your every other day trip to Costco.
Yeah. You don't need to tell people that. Yeah, we were looking. I was walking through the good old whiskey and liquor section. I'm like,
Sure.
wow, Kirkland Lager.
Wow.
I think we get some. Costco, if you're listening, or if anyone has connections to Costco, that would be the ultimate sponsorship. I don't know about the two people sitting across from me,
You
but
don't
that
have-
would be the ultimate
You
sponsorship.
don't have to pay us.
No, you don't.
Like I don't know if we can be more clear. We don't need money. Well,
Well,
won't deny
well,
it. Or we won't turn it down.
we
Well,
would love some
we
money.
would love some.
But if you send us some
Start with an executive membership. That's not going to
I
cost
even
you
just
guys
want the
anything.
sweatshirt. I
Sure.
like the sweatshirt.
The sweatshirts are nice.
just something.
And then
Can I
some
get a 12
Kirkland
pack
Lager.
of jeans? You know, just send me that.
You don't want the 30
That's
pack
it.
of boxers?
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of
It's gonna
undies
have
like
like
soil.
bejeweled or whatever they
That is
call
a
it
lot.
on your butt of Kirkland.
Oh, man.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are so glad you're with us again. We are going to talk everything football. And with that being said, it's going to be everything fantasy football as the season starts September 4th, correct? Mm-hmm. A lot of fantasy drafts are going on right now. I am actually not in a fantasy league this year. Trevor, are you playing in one?
I am not.
Maybe we should join next year. Actually, it's not too early, not too late to join now.
I was gonna say I can't.
But I
join
don't think
Matt,
we
so I
take
don't
it.
wanna
I was
watch
just
him
going
kick
to
my
say.
butt.
Well, I don't want him to kick our butt, and then I also don't want him to come at us
Yeah,
like
he'll be-
viciously when we make dumb mistakes and dumb moves.
I'd kill
Well,
you.
it won't even
both.
be that. It's
Why
when I
the heck
halfway
did
through
you
the
just
season
pick
forget
up-
to change my lineup at all, and Matt would be freaking out.
I would,
Exactly.
I would be quite upset.
He would wreck us.
But don't worry, folks. The master's here.
The master is here, and that's who's
That's
gonna.
true.
That's who's going to be serenading us with all this information. But before we get into that, Matt, how did fantasy go last year?
Last year, I had a very promising year for my college league.
Okay,
I was number one overall.
do you play in two?
I play in two.
Okay, is
High
it
school
always
league,
two?
High school league and a college league. In my college league, best team, did really well. Pulled off an incredible Jalen Hurts trade in the middle of the season
For Jalen Hurts?
for Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
When I had Anthony Richardson as my quarterback. So
what
we will
was the other guy on?
we will
Yeah.
get.
We might need to get into that.
It was
Yeah.
it was a not too bad trade for him too. Like he also did okay. I think he got like last place.
not
Anyways,
a keeper league, is it?
You can keep one player
You can.
who you did not keep from the previous year.
Okay, got it. Keep
So-
going.
Got fourth place. Only 4 teams make the playoffs. It was very disappointing. I got beat up pretty bad in the first round. Got beat up pretty bad in the second round. So
Yikes.
ended it pretty poorly. In my other league, in my high school league,
Mm-hmm.
it was a bit dramatic. It was a roller coaster. No one will trade with me in my high school league because one time I made an excellent trade and beat the ever living crap out of them and was a back-to-back champion just a couple years ago. So nobody will trade with me anymore.
They're soft.
They're soft. They're weak.
I
They're
hope they're
cowards.
listening.
Whatever. But that one I ended up being in third place.
Okay.
So, not too bad. Not too bad. Not what we want. We want
Sounds
dubs.
like there's room for improvement.
We want dubs. I'll tell you this. I've never gotten last.
Well, that's good.
I've never been in the toilet bowl, actually.
Do you guys have any weird things you have to do if you come in last?
No, it's so hard.
This was one of our Let's Talk About It's last year.
Yeah,
That'd be tough.
It's so hard to convince somebody to do something bad. Like I'll put it. I'll say this one, but like the Waffle House thing, or like
Yeah.
you have to. Like there was a guy at a Cubs game who dressed up as a clown and was like, I suck at fantasy football or something like that.
Did
Whatever.
you see the guy who
it's
had to
one of
enter a
those-
wrestling tournament?
Yeah, so like realistically, who's going to do that? Especially
Well, I
in my high
think you
school
have
league,
to-
we have
that's the
old
thing.
men.
Your
in
high school
that.
league had to
Yeah.
have started when you were in high school, and you already had to have the tradition,
Yes.
and then it could
Yeah.
extend on.
So we tried to introduce in my high school league, whoever gets last place has to kick in $20 to go into a pot that rolls over for future champions and stuff like that. For like,
That's not bad.
for like legacy championships. It was a whole fit. It was
Yeah.
$20?
$20, yes. And at that time, our entry fee was $20. So all we were saying is you pay $20 at the beginning of the year to obviously get in.
Gotcha.
Then at the end of the year, if you're dead last, you have to pay $20 in. It was a way to incentivize some people who
Yeah.
I will not name to actually try.
Yeah.
To actually give it a go, set your lineups,
Hey, don't point at me.
set
I
your
wasn't
lineups.
in this league.
I know you were not, but
We did a we did
don't
a
think
fantasy.
I ever got last in mine when I did
Okay.
play.
I can't
Okay.
say the same. I think I've gotten last in mine. We did a fantasy league for years with all my college buddies. We don't do it anymore. We should, but we don't do it anymore. Everyone's busy and got kids and doing stuff, but whatever.
Harrison will draft with me.
Yeah,
for
he-
the record,
Oh man, how fun would it be if you just like have a board and he points?
it would suck.
That would be awesome.
No,
I would take that
Probably be
team.
his
no,
best
it'd be
team
terrible.
ever.
No, it'd be the absolute worst.
But we stopped doing fantasy stuff, and I don't know where I was going with this, but I do want to bring up the question. It's going to be a really quick. Let's talk about it. Is there too big of a price for fantasy league entry fees?
Well, yeah,
what's the point where like I'm not doing that?
For me?
For I guess I would say for
Well,
all three of us. What would,
Yeah. What is the point? Here's how our college one worked, and it worked really well because we all grew up, we all had money and all that, but we did have some people complain about it a little bit. I think it started at like $20.
sure.
And then I think when we stopped, I don't think it was too crazy high, and I didn't really care. I think it was like $50 to $75.
Yeah. So right now both my leagues are set at 50.
50
I think this is where it gets hard.
is 100 too much.
Well, right. I have to explain this to my wife. And guess what? This is going to be a shocker. She's probably not like, oh, yeah, absolutely spend $100 on fantasy football that
Yeah.
you're not guaranteed to win. Like, you're just going to throw away $100.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this conversation.
Okay.
Okay. So,
It's happened before.
Probably.
Let's be real.
Oh yeah. He
Oh,
had
yeah,
it before
man.
he.
Oh, yeah.
He had it
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he came here.
He's not
He
imagining
had it
it.
on
He's
his
just
road trip
remembering
back home.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so $50 I feel like is solid. I used to do this a lot, but I used to just join random ESPN leagues
Okay.
just for
Fantasy
the fun
leagues?
of it. Yeah, just for the fun of it.
Didn't know you can do that.
Yeah. Whenever you want, you can go and draft a team. So, like, I would do like superflex leagues,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll get into a little bit more. Like, you have two quarterbacks at start. So, like,
Those sound fun.
quarterbacks are super important in those leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the leagues that I play in, quarterbacks are not that important, except for like the top 5 guys, whatever.
And the league that I played in, you always drafted a quarterback like 5th, 6th round.
Right.
You didn't really need.
You
quarterback.
Yeah, you don't really worry about it all that much.
Matt always drafts a kicker first.
No.
Yeah, the dude who just booted a 70-yarder. That's going to be
That
his
was
first
crazy,
pick.
yeah.
In my college league, I can't remember who did it, but somebody drafted Justin Tucker in like the 8th round a couple years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's real bad.
I think every time I've drafted,
We
I
had
picked up
Blair
a kicker
Walsh first.
like the day before.
Yeah, you
we
just-
replayed.
My strategy for kickers and defenses is just add drop. So like who's got the matchup that week, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But I've also done dynasty. So like you roll over teams. So like you draft your team,
Yep.
and then each year you draft rookies or
Yep.
guys that have been dropped.
I was
onto
in
that.
one of those. That was way too much for me. We were on an
That
app
makes
called
sense.
Sleeper, and I was just like, I can't do this.
Sleeper's the best.
People were trying to
Shout
trade.
out to Sleeper, man. We need a sponsorship from Sleeper.
Yeah.
I love
You like
that app.
Sleeper?
I love Sleeper. I
I've
think
only
it's the
used
best,
ESPN.
man.
But
yeah,
it-
ESPN's fine.
it gets to the point where like people are like, yeah, I'll trade you this guy for a 2027 pick, a 2029 pick, and a
It's the
2030
best.
pick. I'm like,
It's the best.
what?
You can throw away seasons.
I know.
Just to win 1 year. I would do that in my college league because I've never won my college league.
So
before.
back to our question. So should those leagues be a little bit more expensive?
No.
What's your limit?
I would say 50.
So Sam,
Yes.
your wife,
Sam's on the line and she says,
$50.
actually, it would be better if it was down to 20. So, if you really want to know what she thinks, she would probably say, no.
Both of yours are at 50.
Both are
So
at
you're all in for 100 this year.
$100.
Fantasy.
$100.
So what are your payouts then? That's the next question. Do you guys go first, second, third, first and second? Do
First,
you guys
second,
do?
third.
Do you also? I know leagues who pay out awards throughout the season.
Yeah,
meaning most points, biggest differential, like stuff like that.
Yeah, so the first league I was ever in was in Pine Island. I think I started playing fantasy football in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So almost 20 years. Oh, God.
You are old.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say you didn't have
Sorry.
to tell us the year
Yeah,
if you didn't want to.
I won't tell you how old
But
I am,
that
but
league,
you are old.
That league was similar to that, where if you had the highest score of that week, you got an extra $3 or something like that added to whatever your overall total was going to be at the end.
Okay.
But in that one, and I really like this rule, and I've tried to push for it in other leagues, you had to spend money on your free agent buys. So, like, if
Like legit money?
right.
Oh.
So, like, if you want to do the ad drop kicker defense thing like I do, you got to pay $1 each time.
So
like,
you could be all in for 18 times
So
2. You could be in for
could be-
$36.
Right. So I could have my entry fee and then do ad drop kicker, and that's not even counting like quarterbacks and like bye week guys and like all that kind of stuff. So like you could spend like $50.
You can spend some money.
But it's more strategic. It's
Okay.
more strategic. And also there's other leagues where like you have a free agent budget.
Yep.
It's not real money.
Yeah,
But, like,
and I
once,
think I've
once
been
you're
a
out
part
of it,
Have I been a part of those leagues? I think I have.
once you're out of it, like you can't get back into it. And I really like those. The two leagues that I'm in right now don't necessarily have that.
So it's a
or
free for all kind of.
It's a free for
Or the waiver order and
waiver
stuff like
order.
that.
Yes.
What's your number, Trevor?
Since you don't play fantasy football, what's your number?
You've
Well,
played before, haven't you?
I have played. Yeah, I've played plenty of years, but for football, just because of historically where I usually end up, which is in the middle of the pack, I would say 30 is probably going to be my top because I don't expect to get too much back on it usually.
When the last league you played in, how much was it?
I think we did 20.
20. Yeah.
It's just not enough,
How many?
man.
How many
It's just not
guys?
enough.
How many
Well,
guys
for,
are in
like,
your league?
Basketball or something that I actually like follow more regular. Like, actually, I follow football plenty, but like,
It's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In basketball, I
I
can spend
have-
more. I feel like I do better at basketball.
I have an NFL Sunday ticket, so I can watch every single game
Yeah.
that I want. It's very, very different.
I know where I'll be on Sundays.
Yeah,
It's great.
see you there.
I share YouTube TV with two other people, and Chris texted in the group, and he was like, "So we're gonna do Sunday ticket," and I was like, "I don't know if I could ever live my life without it at this point."
Is it that good?
Yeah, YouTube TV. I
The
love
YouTube-
you guys.
YouTube
Thank you.
TV is great.
Yes.
I've never had Sunday ticket.
The 4-box
We've done Red Zone in college.
Red Zone sucks, man.
I
hate Red Zone.
in
I hate how it takes you. It just like bounces you around. I mean, like I'm not
Can't
an
you do a
ADH.
4-box though for Red Zone, or is it only legit Red Zone plays that you see?
It's just like Red Zone plays that you see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not my jam. I know a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
A lot of people love the high octane, like bounce around.
Yeah.
I'm just in it for like honestly fantasy. That's why you watch a lot. That's why a lot of people watch Red Zone.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like to be able to, grind out my Cardinals Saints, my Jaguars Panthers, my Commanders Giants.
With a pot of coffee next to him and his kid. That's what he's going to be doing this
That's
year.
going to be tough, man, because he does not like to sit still.
Man.
I'm going to have to be walking the whole house with an iPad.
Yeah, what are you going to do this year?
I'm not going to
You
watch
didn't have Harrison last year at this time, did you?
I
can't remember.
I did, but he was a little larva, so I could just like hang with
So
him.
you can just literally lay him on your lap
Yeah.
and be fine.
So I could just hang out with him. But now he's Godzilla
Yeah.
wreaking havoc in my house, so I got to chase him.
I think anything over 100 for me would be too much. 100 would be fine.
Sure.
For
'Cause then
fantasy football,
For fantasy
specifically?
football, yeah. I would be able to do that. Because then the more money, the more I will pay attention. If it's
Yeah.
$20,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's an incentive.
If I miss a week, whatever.
Yeah,
But if it's 100, you're like, okay, that payout could be $500, $600, $700. You're just like, ooh,
exactly.
that's
why
nice.
instead you do the whatever this other thing is.
the survivor pool.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get into that, but we're gonna get into fantasy first.
As
What do we got, Matt?
as the master,
Yeah,
I just want to give some advice to the people.
you're glowing over there.
Thank you. I have ascended the mountaintop. I am
Everest
in
or
my,
K2?
Who was the one who made the 10 Commandments? Was that Moses?
Moses.
Okay, great. So imagine me. I'm Moses. I'm in my robes.
Wow.
I'm in my
Okay.
robes.
We're getting
I
philosophical.
just split
Philosophical.
Moses was a Vikings fan.
Moses was a Vikings fan.
Do you think they had TVs on the ark?
I don't think so. I think they missed that one. There's definitely a chance that we got that wrong, and there's going to be like one listener who's like, it's not Moses.
Or we just get all the viewers because they're like, why are these football people talking about biblical stuff? Okay, keep going.
I'm
Sorry.
talking about this because of the 10 Commandments.
I love it. Go.
Because as a recovering Catholic, they are the thing that is etched into your skull, into your brain. They are talked about. You are to learn them. You are to memorize them every single Sunday school. They're so important. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. Remember that, boys.
It's an important one.
Huh?
Yes.
Thou shalt not kill.
Those two are pretty important.
Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
Yep.
I forgot the rest again. I'm a recovering
Showed
Catholic.
Showed how much you paid attention.
But I've had a long history of fantasy football. As I said, I'm going on 20 years of playing this stupid game. This thing that captivates my attention. That has really, I would say, like blossomed my love for football. Like it really has cultivated a love for football that I think if I didn't play fantasy football, all I would do is watch the Vikings. Which is not what the NFL wants me to do. That's not what Big Daddy Goodell wants. Big Daddy Goodell wants you watching football from 8 a.m. Dublin time
Oh, yeah.
all the way to
Hey.
10 p.m., 11 p.m. Sunday night.
You are the type of people that they're looking to get to watch football so they
Right
can
here, baby.
expand to Mexico City and other places.
Right here, baby.
That was on the
Toronto.
and Toronto. Listen to the last podcast and you'll understand that reference. But keep going.
It's a very, but like fantasy football is very warped in that
Mm-hmm.
you are cheering on guys that you would never cheer for. And more than that, you are cheering on guys that are going against your team. And when other people in the room who are not fantasy football players are bummed because that guy just scored on your team, and you have to be like, oh, yeah, that's a bummer.
That's
Check
the only
fantasy
thing I
app. How
miss
many-
about playing
how
is
many
watching a
touchdowns
team
does
I
he have?
hate
Oh,
and
baby,
being like,
that's
Oh,
sweet.
but that was exciting.
That's sweet, baby. That's sweet.
That's another 7 points for me. Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
But you can't
Like,
score. You're playing my team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it gets a little tough.
That's how I got into fantasy. My college buddies, they knew one more guy, and I never watched football. They're like, hey, you're the 10th guy. We'll watch every Sunday. We'll watch when we need to watch. You'll pay more attention because of that reason.
Exactly.
Because you're watching all games. You're not just watching one game. And
I-
I would agree with you, Matt.
I am learning the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fourth string wide receivers.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Why do I know Jalen McMillan? Because there's a chance that dude is going to be running slot plays for a majority of the season as Chris Godwin comes back from a nasty ankle injury. You see how that's wrong?
Oh, my God.
But is it?
No.
It's not. It's not. So, I want to give some advice, some commandments, 10 of them, if you can believe that, of how you can win your fantasy football league.
Let's hear it.
Because again, I am a champion. A champion. I don't have my rings on today. But I'm a champion,
What do you
runner-up.
think your overall record is in 20
winner.
years before you get into these commandments?
Well, I've won fantasy football 8 times. I've been in the championship game probably 15 times. No, 14. I've been in the third place game. Whatever. I finished third a lot of times, too.
You've heard it here, guys. We're listening to an expert. So
I
buckle up. Get your
First-
stone tablets out.
My first writing job, real quick, my first real writing job that I never got paid for was writing fantasy football columns every single week for a defunct website that never told me they were defunct. I had to wait 5 weeks until I realized they were not running my columns anymore.
Damn.
And I did that when I was 19, and I did that for like 4 years. And it was great. It was great. It got me a job at the One on the Daily News. Shout out them. Shout out John Casper. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Go
Anyways,
work, John Casper.
to the 10 Commandments.
Mhm.
If you follow these commandments, you will live a good life. You will have a nice wife. You will have money in your pocket. And you will conquer your enemies. Your enemies being your league mates. Is that all we really want in life?
Sounds like it.
That's all we want. You want something else?
No, I just
What else would you
didn't
add,
know
Trev?
that
What else do you want?
A
winning
good
your
steak dinner
fantasy
once in a while would be
football
nice.
Gets you a wife.
Guess what?
That was an interesting twist.
You win
to it.
money, you can go and have a nice steak dinner.
If Matt doesn't win money, he's not coming home because that's that 20. That's that
Because
that's that $50 that.
because I have to explain to Sam that I have lost $50 after spending a ridiculous amount of time learning about the fourth string wide receiver on the Tampa
Did
Bay
you buy
Buccaneers.
your book again this year?
I did buy the book again this
Nice.
year. Yes, which is
I love that about you.
500 plus pages of pure raw data, baby.
September to February. It's just books and
When
computers
he
for
gets
Matt.
his money
That's
for the
why he needs to win the
championship,
money.
he's like, well, I needed that money for all the books I bought.
I do. So
oh man.
the first commandment, and this is not in order of most important to least important, because if you've read the 10 Commandments, I wouldn't say the first one is the most important one, right?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
What's the first one?
Shouldn't take the Lord's name in vain.
Well, the first one that Matt read earlier
Yes.
was
Yes.
shall
I thought
not
it was
kill.
thou
so-
shall not kill.
Thou shalt not kill is down on the list.
That's pretty important.
Don't you think that should be up there, Lili?
That should be one or two.
I've got some notes for Moses on his little tablet.
Deal.
But anyways,
He is listening right
So-
now, so you better.
yeah, rest in peace, dude. Gone too soon. The first one I've got is thou shalt not take a quarterback who doesn't run. What do I mean by this, Trevor?
Bold.
you better take a quarterback that likes to run.
Exactly.
Tom Brady's not playing, but you would never would have took him, would
No.
you? Okay.
No, because here's the problem.
Yeah, tell me.
For a majority of people who are playing fantasy football, the rushing numbers and stats and points that you can get overrates what they're actually going to do passing. So pocket passers are inherently a lot worse to draft.
So you need Taylor's quarterback, is what you're saying.
Right. So
He is on that list.
here's the thing. You don't necessarily want a Joe Burrow, even though he threw for over 4,000 yards and 40-plus touchdowns last year. He did that last year. It's not a guarantee he will do that this year.
True.
It could be.
A Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was like QB 20 last year. It was not good. A Jared Goff, a Justin Herbert. These guys need to throw 40 touchdowns for you to get your worth, to be like a QB5, a QB4, that kind of thing.
I want to know who in your league saw Jared Goff get the 7 interceptions or whatever it was.
That would have been a tough one. Here's who you want. You want Lamar Jackson. You want Josh Allen. You want Jaden Daniels. You want Jalen Hurts.
There you go. You said it.
Here's the fantasy breakdown for scoring last year. Lamar Jackson was the number one overall guy. He had 434 points. He had 41 passing touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards rushing, and 4 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen, the MVP, had 385 yards, or 385 points.
Points, yep.
28 passing touchdowns, 531 rushing yards, and 12 rushing touchdowns. He's practically a running back who can throw the ball. Joe Burrow, again, he had 381 points, so not far off from Josh Allen, granted. But to do this, he had to have 43 passing touchdowns. He had 201 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns. Baker Mayfield had 381 as well. He had 41 touchdowns passing and 3 rushing touchdowns. So that was really how he kind of leapt into that
But he
conversation.
also probably had a decent amount of rushing yards, though.
He only had 378.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so not a lot. Jaden Daniels, 364. He only had 25 passing touchdowns, but Taylor, he had 891 rushing yards
He almost rushed for 1,000 yards.
and 6
Well, not really, but
rushing
close.
touchdowns. Here's the point. It's time to grow up. It's time to adapt. You want a pocket passer. You want Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game, right? That's what you want. That's not the same thing as fantasy football. Just Jared Goff. This is a really good point. Lamar outscored Jared Goff, who was the QB6 last year, by 100 fantasy points last year. That is a make or break for making the playoffs to even winning in a round of the playoffs. All 5 of the guys that I listed scored more points than Saquon, Jamar Chase, and Derrick Henry. Do not live in the past. You must embrace the future. You must be with a team and a quarterback that is going to run the ball.
I think I'm going to have one question from each one of these commandments. And they don't have to be too crazy accurate. So, from a pocket passer to a running quarterback, like what's the point difference per week, you would say? If they have an average week. So like a Lamar to a Jared Goff. What are you looking at?
So like the easiest way to say it is for rushing yards, you get 1 point for 10 yards.
Okay.
For passing, this is a majority of leagues.
Yep.
30 yards equals 1 point.
Okay.
Passing. Passing touchdown, 3 points. Rushing touchdown, 6.
Oh.
That's why they're weighted so differently.
Got you.
Because you need to do so much more as a passing quarterback, as a pocket passer, compared to a team that is literally scheming you running plays.
You would need to throw like for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns every single game.
Pretty much.
From the numbers you threw out earlier, I think it'd be roughly like 6 points a game or something. Is what it sounded like.
It would be tough.
Okay.
You have to have games that are really, really solid. You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You can't fall behind. You can't throw a bunch of interceptions, all that kind of stuff. So here is my quarterbacks that I'm recommending to everybody this year. Do not draft anyone outside of this group. If you need to reach. 4th round, 3rd round, whatever. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, and it is a controversial one, but Justin Fields. Justin Fields and the Jets will be running the ball a ridiculous amount this year.
Assuming he stays in the lineup.
So that's number 1.
Okay.
That's number 1. Now, the second one is another quarterback-related one. Thou shalt not draft multiple quarterbacks unless thou is in a superflex league. There is nothing that drives me more crazy in my leagues than somebody drafting Lamar Jackson in the 2nd round or 3rd round. And then 4 rounds later, they are drafting Kyler Murray.
If I joined your league, I'd draft a QB every round.
I'd kill you.
Sell them all
I'd
to
kill
you.
you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play. Or you draft them all and you said, "Hey, Matt,
That's what I'm saying.
who do you need?
Every round, I'm going to be like, I got all your QBs.
Again, unless you play in a superflex league where you have to start 2 quarterbacks. Now, just think about that for a second.
You don't have to. You could just bench one and lose all the points. But
You could. Now I understand why you don't play fantasy football. You, like, in a league of 10 teams.
He's never had these 10 commandments before.
Well, he could really help you. In a 10-team league, in a superflex league, you have to start 2 quarterbacks every single year. Realistically, you're drafting 3 quarterbacks. That's 30 quarterbacks. There's not a lot of quarterbacks to go around. So it gets really, really hard.
Yeah.
So you want to make that a priority. If you are not in that, stop being a noob. Stop being a freaking loser. Grow up.
and draft a kicker.
Grab a backup tight end or something like that, and just don't do it because it drives me so freaking crazy.
Is there anyone you don't want to name that does that in your leagues?
I'll name them because they'll never know. It's all the old people. It's my stepdad. It's Chris's dad. It's Austin and JJ's dad.
I love it.
It's even last year when I had Anthony Richardson on my team. I never drafted another quarterback. You want to know why? Because you can just go and grab another one if you really feel like it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. It's a choice. So don't be a bitch. Roll into the season with one quarterback and be an adult. Thank you. Now, I don't think Moses used all that language when he was going over the 10 Commandments.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Now, speaking of Trevor's favorite positions in fantasy, thou shalt not draft a kicker or defense early.
Oh, well, now I know.
You should not be the one that kicks off the run. Do not be the person who thinks they're super, super clever in round 13 or 14 or 12 or whatever. Draft your Justin Tucker, your Brandon Aubrey. Well, not Justin Tucker. That dude is not on the team.
He gone.
You're the guy that you think is the top kicker, the top defense. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Even the 70-yarder, you don't want to draft
Don't
him
do
in
it.
round 13?
Don't do it, man.
Damn it.
Add and drop as much as you possibly can because you are playing matchups. You're playing matchups. That's it. The defense that I draft in week 1 for week 1 is probably going to be the Cardinals because they play the Saints in week 1. You think I'm going to roll with the Cardinals defense for the rest of the year? No. I think they're not very good, but they play a crap team.
He might.
They play a crap team. So just don't do it because I think you should be beaten with a rubber hose if you do that.
Are you using a new defense, or do you have your eye on 3 or 4 defenses, and if they're available, you take them? How do you approach that then?
No, no, no. You get one defense, and
Yeah.
then every single week, you
Yeah.
just look ahead on the schedule. Who is playing the three, we'll call them the three worst teams, the Browns, the Saints, the Giants. Those are the three that you're always constantly looking for.
Got you.
Whoever's playing against those teams, or later on in the season, some year from hell's going on,
Yep.
Miami,
Yep.
like whatever,
Yep.
then you add them to the group of like, who am I picking up?
All right.
If you have two defenses or two kickers on your team, you should be beaten with a rubber hose.
And you will get kicked out of the league.
And you should get kicked out of the league. Absolutely. Absolutely.
3.
It's absolutely ridiculous stashing defenses. I get it if it's a bye week or something like that,
Yeah.
and you have the number one defense and whatever. You want to roll with it. That's cool. But do not hold on to defenses and multiple kickers throughout the whole year. It's a waste of a roster spot. It's literally taking a spot that you could be using for a guy that could be an alternative for you. But you're scared, and that's okay, Trevor. That's okay.
Shaking in his boots.
Number 4.
These boots.
Thou shalt take strength of schedule into account. This is very important. In my little book that you're talking about, the Warren Sharp book, shout out to them.
Is that the same one you got last year?
It's the one I've gotten for a few years
Didn't
now.
you get 2 last year?
No, I only got one.
What's the other big one? Isn't there another one?
I
It's like
used to have
FFP or
I used to have PFF.
He's not won
PFF.
enough championships recently. To
Yeah, too many third place
you
games.
gotta win some other stuff to get that.
Or get your wife to check off on it.
Exactly. So you really got to study it. So since 2017, 6 of the last 8 teams to have the hardest schedule in the NFL didn't make the playoffs. Okay. And these teams that have a hard schedule are teams that you may want to draft players from. So you got to be a little careful because some of these teams are decent and they're pretty good. And they're usually teams that were in the Super Bowl or went really far in the playoffs, yada, yada, whatever. Here are the teams that are facing the most playoff teams from a season ago. In this season, the Eagles and Lions have 11 games this year against teams that were in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys, Giants, Bears, and Chiefs have 10 games. Between those 6 teams, there's definitely quite a few guys from there that you're going to probably want to draft. Just know,
Besides the Bears.
besides the Bears and besides the Giants, it's going to be kind of tough. Like, you're going to have some really, really hard games. So, here are Warren Sharp's easiest schedules of the year and hardest.
Okay.
So top 5 and bottom 5. So easiest, San Fran. Number 1 easiest. New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, and the Buffalo Bills. The hardest, Giants, Browns, Lions, Eagles, and our beloved Vikings.
Vikings are 5th?
Vikings are 5th for the
Okay.
hardest. Last season, just 2 out of the 10 teams with the hardest schedules made the playoffs. So, that's pretty tough.
Name those 5 teams again. Philly? No.
Philly,
Yeah, Philly.
Vikings, Lions, Browns, Giants.
Okay.
Meanwhile, 7 out of the 10 teams with the easiest schedules produced winning records. That's a pretty significant chunk right there.
That is.
That's a pretty big difference.
That's a big commandment.
So, could we see that top 5 easiest? Maybe. But it's just something to take into account because people are going to want to draft 49ers, Falcons, Bills, Lions, Eagles, Vikings. Probably not Giants, probably not Browns, probably not Saints. Whatever. Maybe
Out
some
of those
Pats.
teams, are you eyeing anyone? Are you going against what you're saying? Not that that's a bad thing, but is there anyone that you're like, oh, I am going to draft? Not you, but people should draft or look at, even with that commandment?
I mean, Philly and Detroit, I feel like, are kind of the no-brainers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't let this completely destroy what you want to do. But don't take their defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because their defenses might have some pretty hard matchups throughout the year.
Does that put Jefferson down on people's boards then?
No, because he's such an otherworldly talent.
Okay.
It doesn't affect him too much. I think he's going right behind Jamar Chase.
Gotcha.
Probably Bijan and Jameer Gibbs are in there too.
Gotcha.
But like, it definitely makes me think about like the 49ers, and I have a 49er sleeper that I'll talk about in a minute.
Well, the other
that
thing
I
that
think
tracked
people
though
should
with
really get.
Jefferson is we have some running backs now too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Not saying that you still shouldn't. You still probably should pick Jefferson.
So take into account the strength of schedule. It will absolutely help you. It's a very quick Google search. You don't have to buy a 500-page book to understand it. Number 5, thou shalt reach on a tight end. Just like quarterbacks, there is a premium on tight ends. There is nothing worse than going your entire season with a crap tight end. Kyle Pitts is dead to me.
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz, bad.
Stud.
No. Okay, all right. That's a little different. Don't get cute with the tight end position. I have done this way too many times where you're like, okay, the run has been done. I'm going to hold out and wait because these 6 teams have already drafted their tight end. So I'm just going to hold off. I'm just going to wait. You don't want to do that. You end up with your Zach Ertzes, who is not very good and who is very, very old.
Whatever.
Older than you.
Yeah, he is. He is, actually.
Whether you are drafting or doing an auction, I've never done an auction league. I've always wanted to.
They're fun. That was the most fun that I had in a fantasy.
I've always wanted to do an auction.
Trevor's dynasty.
Trevor's done an auction league and Matt hasn't?
I have not. I don't have the
Should you
people
pass
who've
the
done it.
commandments to him?
If you wanted to. But like these are the Ringer's top 7 tight ends. And like just like the quarterbacks, you really should not be considering anybody else outside of this group. Brock Bowers, number 1. Like, reach on him. Not joking. That's probably a second-round pick. Trey McBride, George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, and Travis Kelce. We'll slip him in there. Maybe he has a good year and has 8 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, whatever. But the tight end position is just not good. And if you want to do the mid-tier tight ends like Njoku and Evan Ingram and Tucker Kraft and Kincaid and Jake Ferguson and Dallas Goedert,
then you get 4 good games a year.
all of those guys are going to be on the waiver wire at some point. So if you want to roll the dice with them, you can absolutely pick them up at some point. You can absolutely do an ad drop of the 4th string wide receiver on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that just isn't playing that much as you thought. You can grab one of these guys. They will absolutely be available.
Is that your order? Is that the ranking?
That's the ranking
from the book?
That's from the Ringer.
Oh, the Ringer.
The Ringer website. Okay. But most people have a consensus of definitely Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, and George Kittle.
Gotcha.
Like they are in their own tier above everybody else. Grab one of those 3 guys.
Gotcha.
If that means you're reaching in the 3rd round, do it.
Okay.
You'll not regret it when every single week, except for a bye week, you can just set it and forget it.
Unless you're like me and an injury right off the bat.
Well, listen, there's injuries. I forgot to put this in the 10 Commandments. Maybe this could be number 11 that's just etched in a little asterisk.
Moses did that?
Yeah, just a little tiny one. Injuries happen, and there's no way of predicting them unless the guy is already hurt. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So if people get hurt and you start like reaching out to me, like complaining about how the picks didn't work out for you.
I will.
I know you will. I know, no doubt about it.
Matt's going to be the first one to hear it.
Here's a really important one. Thou shalt not draft a player from your favorite team. Just don't do it. You don't want the anxiety.
That's Commandment 6 if you guys are following me along.
That is, you don't want the stress. There's always, like, I play with a lot of Vikings and Packers fans in my 2 leagues. The Vikings and Packers players are always going to have a higher premium than the other players because people really just want their guys. They want to be able to watch their games every week and cheer on their guys. I don't subscribe to that at all. I do not want a Minnesota Viking on my team because if they stink, it adds another level of anger and vitriol that I have towards my team.
We had a guy in our league who was a huge Vikings fan. It was just like he would pick random Vikings players. They're like, what? Well, then it lets you pick other premium players that are still out there. So it's kind of nice, but I know where you're coming from.
Exactly. If Justin Jefferson gets hurt or he stinks, it can be disappointing, obviously, as a fan of the team. If you add that on to him being like your 1st-round pick, it'll drive you mad. You will be insane. You will be beating with a rubber hose. That's not a hoe. A rubber hose.
A rubber hoe.
Just stay away. Don't create the extra layer of anxiety. Just enjoy your team as much as you possibly can.
I'll leave Zach Ertz on the bench then.
Leave Zach Ertz off of your team. Off of your team. Don't draft.
I kind of want to
Falcons.
join a fantasy league and just show Matt that.
Only Commanders players.
Oh, well, we listen.
Only
Hey, you
Commanders
said I
players.
can join random ESPN ones,
You
right?
sure can. You sure can.
How fun would that be?
You sure can. Number 7. Thou shalt stack a dynamic offensive trio. This is a long strategy from somebody that I used to be in a league with who won quite often. He would draft a Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Jimmy Graham. And when
I
they're
missed that trio. I thought you said duo.
a trio.
Trio.
Or trio, duo, whatever you want to do.
Okay, got you.
Have a nice offensive stack.
Yeah.
And when you have a team, when you have players from a team that are the number 1 or the number 2 or the number 3 offense in the NFL, then you just roll with guys. So here would be like my advice. I realized I said don't draft Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I was going to say, are you taking Higgins and Chase then?
I would say if you can get Chase, Burrow, and like Chase Brown, that's great.
Okay.
Quarterback, wide receiver, running back. You have to have faith that the team is going to be okay. Or in the Bengals case,
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know about the Bengals there.
in the
but
Bengals
yeah.
case, you're going to have a shootout. So they have to throw. They have to play offense.
Yeah.
They have to run a lot of plays. They have to do all these things to give themselves any semblance of a chance. But like, if you can get Jalen Hurts, Saquon, and Devonta Smith, wonderful. You can't get AJ Brown in that group. It's going to be way too hard.
If you can, you don't know. People don't know what they're doing. Drafting.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
So you did Cincinnati and you did Philly. Give me one more trio that you like.
Like, if you can get... I don't love Jamison Williams, but if you can do Jahmyr Gibbs as your first round pick, Sam Laporta as your tight end, and then Jamison Williams as a wide receiver, like that would work well.
All
You can't... Getting to Amon-Ra St. Brown is pretty hard. I mean, you're looking at...
That's Detroit, right?
Yeah, you're looking
Well,
at
then you're not
spending...
getting Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right, so in an ideal league, you're not getting Jahmyr Gibbs. In a league that people actually know what they're doing, you're probably not getting that.
Well, unless you're pretty early.
But you can get a discount stack. So Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, and let's say Jacoby Myers. Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers, that's probably your first and second round picks. That's pretty tough. But Jacoby Myers, who is the number 1 receiver on the Raiders, and they have an upgraded quarterback in Geno Smith, is the 35th wide receiver ranked by the Ringer. So you can wait a little bit. You don't have to stress. You don't have to do, well, I got to draft him in the 4th round, the 3rd round, all that kind of stuff. You
Yeah.
don't have to have the back-to-back-to-back. But if you have guys that have just an incredible offense, and you have the key guys that are a part of it, it's going to make your season soar. Don't worry about the bye weeks. If you got to give up a week, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Even a little fun one, Kyler Murray, James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride. You know, it's a big one. 4 Cardinals players. I don't know
Yeah, that's
how
bold.
excited you want to be about that, but
That's
know,
bold.
is what it is.
Wasn't there under like 6.5?
it wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't
It
good.
wasn't great. No.
All right.
Number 8. Thou shalt not do the 0 running back strategy. This is the dumbest strategy that has been popularized
I
in
didn't
the
even know
last
anyone
4 or
else even
5
tried
years.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. When I was reading through this and I saw this, I'm like, I want to hear more about this because I thought
I've never heard of anyone doing
that
that.
2 or 3 running backs on your team were probably like, hey, that's probably smart.
There's been a lot of fantasy people, like experts and whatever, that have said running backs are overvalued and actually you could just skate by middle of the pack guys. So that means you beef up your quarterback, your wide receivers, your tight end, yada yada,
Yeah.
whatever. That is not the case. That is not the case.
It's also going away from that too. Like
7 out of the top 25 fantasy scorers last season were running backs. Compare that to tight ends did not make the top 25. Jamar Chase was the only wide receiver to make the top 25 fantasy scores last year. You need running backs.
Yeah.
You need running backs.
there's
You
also
gotta
a lot
have
of, like dual threat running backs now too.
Oh, absolutely. If you've got your eyes on like
Which are awesome in PPR leagues.
oh, absolutely, yeah. If you have your eyes on CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., and Brock Bowers as your first 3 rounds, wonderful, great. That does not mean you come back in the 4th round with another wide receiver. You just can't. No. You got to look for a running back because you're going to be gambling every single week. And I know I said the tight end position is the nicest to not have to worry about it every single week. But if you want to roll with Omari and Hampton, Isaiah Pacheco, and Tony Pollard, you're going to hate it. Have a bell cow. Get a Derrick Henry, get a Saquon, skip over CeeDee Lamb or Brian Thomas Jr. You're going to have to work it out as best as you possibly can. Don't do the 0 running back strategy.
Who are the top 5 running backs this year right now? Do you have those off the top of your head, maybe?
Saquon, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Gibbs is Lions.
Bijan
is Falcons.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey's creeping back up there, but
49ers.
Yeah, but
that was a riskier one.
He's the calf injury guy, right? Or just Achilles. Like the injury guy? He's the Achilles. Did he blow it, or did he just?
He has Achilles tendonitis. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
I rolled my eyes very aggressively there.
Yes.
You didn't see it.
So, like, there's a lot of really quality running backs.
Gotcha.
And even if you go with some of the more boring picks, like I mentioned James Conner. Like, James Conner will probably have 12 touchdowns this year. Mm-hmm. And you can get him in the 4th round.
Where is he at again?
Arizona, okay. Or Isaiah Pacheco, you can get a little bit later. You know, that's fine, but you don't want to rely on him being your 2nd running back.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem of this. You don't want to rely on... You don't want your top guy to be like the 20th running back taken. Because then you are in a bad place. You're in a very bad place. And you're having to make some sacrifices. Number 9. Thou shalt not draft players from stupid teams. Now, what does that mean, Taylor?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Don't draft from the Saints.
Exactly.
Or the
Don't
Browns.
touch the Browns.
Exactly.
Or the Cardinals.
Exactly.
But you just named 4 of them.
Take 4 people from the
Maybe the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
But
Got them.
Maybe the Cardinals. But, like, you're going to be so angry every single week watching the Browns.
Before you dive into that. Yeah, you will. Before you dive into that, let's take the over-under, because listen to the last podcast, we went through all the over-under stuff. What's a stupid team?
The Cleveland Browns.
So 5.5 is your number. There has to be other teams up there, like over under wins, like 7.5. Don't take teams from 7.5. Don't take teams from.
Yeah, I guess if you want to put a.
Like, I don't know how. What's your definition of stupid? You know what I mean?
There's
under 7 and has 0 offense.
Yes.
Under 7 and that can
So
under 7 and 0
If your defense
offense
is not winning your games, or if your defense is winning your games, don't pick their players.
So the Browns, the Saints, the Panthers,
the Raiders are technically at 6.5.
Okay.
The Giants, the Jets, the Titans.
Okay, all those teams make don't draft. What? Hey, we're watching New York Giants right now. The Dart is lighting it up.
Well,
second string quarterback, baby.
It's preseason, but that's okay.
It's the most realistic expectations to have.
It's just if you're
don't draft from stupid teams. Okay.
If you bank on Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara from the Saints to get you to the playoffs, just the playoffs, you're gonna have a really bad time because their team is gonna stink.
Watch, they're gonna go 14-3.
And you know what? If they do, I'm happy to be wrong about that.
We should start a tally tracker on Matt's stinking / bonfire burn the franchise statements.
So like even the Giants.
Yeah.
Like Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy, I like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking the risk.
Okay.
Jackson Dart might be lighting it up against guys that you played high school football with, but like, man, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
You're saying no first string starters are playing with 48 seconds left in the 4th?
No, not in a 42-10 game.
Damn.
No, I'm sorry. No. It's just don't invest in dumbasses.
Okay.
And this is like the Cowboys. Like, don't invest in the dumbasses that run that team. There's a reason why they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994. Coming from a guy that supports a team who's never won a Super Bowl.
That's a fair point.
However, but like, they will completely get in their own way. They will mess things up. You will have a guy that you draft in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, put up 0 burgers because they're getting destroyed every single week. It's just not worth it. And then you have to watch those games, and it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
When you see guys don't have receptions and catches and all that kind of stuff, it's the worst. Now, my last one. And this may be my most important one. Thou shalt not draft Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts.
I hope he just goes off and
Man, wouldn't that be something?
best year of his career.
Just absolutely wrecks the fantasy world.
He's in a
In a good
contract
way.
year, so there's a really good chance of that. Everyone has a guy that they have drafted, or multiple guys, that they have drafted in fantasy football, and they have said after the year, never again.
This is Matt's blacklist.
This is my burn book, my blacklist.
Yeah.
I'm not ever going to deal with these people ever again. Never again. And I have my
Problem for
list.
me is I have the opposite mindset.
So
I'm like,
when-
oh, he had a horrible year. I got to keep him because this next year, if I drop him, he's
When
gonna be
when
really
did he
good.
break your heart, Matt? What year was it? Where were you sitting? What were you
It
drinking?
was last year, right?
I had
Was it last year? I can't
It was
remember.
not last year.
No.
No.
Didn't you just say that you had him last year?
No. My brother did. And I had a
Oh.
very long conversation with him about why he did that. And Taylor was texting me weeks into the season like, this is horrible. I had Kyle Pitts' rookie season. So Kyle Pitts, for people who don't know,
He's a tight end, right?
he's a tight end.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to be the new tight end that's a wide receiver. So he was a guy that was supposed to be so good that you don't have to treat him like a regular
People
tight
who are
end.
labeled like that always work out.
Never work out.
Exactly.
So I had him his rookie season. He had
Never say
68
never.
He had 68 catches, over 1,000 yards, and those are his career highs currently. He's going into his fifth season now.
Okay.
He had one touchdown that entire year.
The year that you just told us?
Yes.
The 68 catches and
He had
1,000 yards?
one touchdown the entire season.
Aren't tight ends like big targets in the end zone and like red zone?
You would think
How
so,
did he
right?
only have one
Exactly.
touchdown?
A player with 110 targets. So he had 110
Yeah.
opportunities throughout the year to catch a pass. Had one touchdown.
I remember when Greg Olson was still playing, you picked him just for red zone
Exactly.
opportunities.
Exactly.
He had no yards, but he would have like 2 touchdowns.
Exactly. He was great. Kyle Pitts is not.
No. Okay.
Now, I'm never doing it again. Doesn't matter if Kyle Pitts goes and plays for the Kansas City Chiefs next year. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Never do it again.
That would be the weirdest thing.
It would be awkward. Certainly be awkward with Travis Kelce still there.
Yep.
But just don't do it. Don't do it. Here are some other players that I have drafted in the past, and I will not ever do again. Anthony Richardson, number 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
A stinky poopy pants boy.
I agree.
He's QB number 2 now.
Justin Herbert, who I just realized is dating Madison Beer. You guys probably don't know who that is.
I do know who that is.
Oh, you do?
Sounds familiar.
Familiar with her work? Musician?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't name a song for you, but I do know. I've heard her songs.
Well, he's dating a very good-looking woman, but he's
Yes,
a loser.
I'm aware of that.
Never again. Debo Samuel,
Washington Commander.
pass.
Okay.
Pass.
I still
Jameson-
can't imagine him staying healthy.
Jameson Williams,
He probably won't.
home run guy. I told you just a little bit ago, maybe you could draft him in a stack. I was lying.
Hey,
That's part of the commandments.
he's a 40 and 40 dude.
Sure.
That's an overstatement. 40 interceptions and 40 catches, or 40.
I was going to say 40 catches, 40 drops. That's probably about right. David Njoku, pass. Nope, did that last year. Pat Fryermuth, who the hell is that, Taylor?
It's a fun last name.
It's a fun last name. He plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fryermuth. Sounds
And-
like vermouth.
Dalton Schultz, who is the tight end for the Texans. These are my nevers.
They sound like nevers.
Nevers. Never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
Okay.
Those are my 10 commandments.
Those are good commandments.
If you follow this, you will be successful in fantasy football. I'm talking to two people who are not playing
Trevor,
in
you know what we
fantasy.
should do? We should have one account and draft a fantasy football team for free on ESPN or something and just follow those 10 commandments. And by the end of the year, we can figure out if it's true or not.
You should. And then you go undefeated.
I might.
That'd be great.
I might.
So those, I am not the most smartest person in the world, as you can tell by my grammar. However,
Fair enough.
I know fantasy, and I know football. You follow these 10 commandments, you will have a championship. Thank you. Good night.
You heard it here first.
Now, Can I give some like quick players that people should take a look at?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Does this go with your 10 Commandments?
It is not. A
Okay.
little additional, a little cherry on top of the sundae.
Little
gonna go straight against his
bonus. I was
head.
just gonna say he's gonna I'm gonna pick these 3 players from the Saints. I'm gonna pick that quarterback from the
No.
Patriots.
Nope,
I'm gonna pick that guy from the Panthers
All right.
And it's 4 Cardinals.
So I got some stars.
and 2 Browns players.
No. I've got some stars, some sleepers, and some stayaways.
Okay.
In stayaways, I actually have teams
Ooh.
and players.
Oh,
So you probably already
that fits your commandments.
you can probably already guess the teams.
Saints,
Browns.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Cardinals.
So start off with stars. Brock Bowers. Just do it, man. That guy was incredible last year. You will never be disappointed. I know it's going to feel weird taking a tight end in like the second round, but just do it. He has a better quarterback, a better system. He has Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator. Does that do anything for you, Taylor?
Oh, that gets me going.
That
because
gets you going
Chip
a little
Kelly,
bit, man.
85 throws a game.
Exactly. Draft Brock Bowers. He has a receding hairline. He looks like he works at Office Max. Trust me, he
Oh,
is a
yeah.
star.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Next, Josh Jacobs. He's the 9th running back in fantasy right now. So you don't necessarily have to spend a first-round pick on him. So you can grab him in the second if you're not going to plan on grabbing Brock Bowers necessarily.
Unless you're playing with Packers fans that break your commandments.
So I don't quite understand.
Or
Right.
people who don't draft running backs.
That's right. I don't understand why he's that low. He touched the ball 337 times
That's what I
last
was wondering.
year.
I was going to say, who's
Who did?
killing it
Josh
last year?
Jacobs.
337?
He is a bell cow back to the oldest school possible.
That's got to be more than
explanation.
just running.
But
He's
also,
got to
like
be
you
catching
said,
passes out
a
of the
little bit.
backfield
A
and
little
running
bit.
around.
Love
Yes.
is healthy now. That's probably why he dropped to 9th.
Right. So if you and he's
Damn.
going around the same time as Devon Achane, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams, and Jonathan Taylor. I'm just saying, don't overthink it. Green Bay wants to pound the ball.
Yes.
You will probably end up with Josh Jacobs, who was a top 5 guy last year, as a top 5 running back again. And you can get him in the second round. So you don't necessarily, or even if you're at the back end of or front end of the third round. Next, Bo Nix. I think all of us like him quite a bit.
I'm a Bo Nix fan.
I think we are pretty high on Denver this year as being maybe not a contender, but like a frisky playoff team. And again,
Fun team to
They'll
watch.
win one playoff game.
last year he had 430 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns with 29 passing touchdowns as a rookie. Now you think in year 2? That's got to improve a little bit, right?
You'd think.
Unless he hits a sophomore slump. But the Broncos have the 10th easiest schedule in the NFL this year. 10th. Remember how important that is for my commandments?
That's important.
He's got a real shot at being a top 5 guy. Top 5 guy, and you can wait until the probably 7th round to get him. So you can stack all your other guys, grab all your other guys. If you want to grab Cortland Sutton in there too, that's great. Wonderful. Nice compliment to Bo Nix. My wide receiver is Mike Evans. Look, you're never going to say, man, really regret drafting Mike Evans.
Mike
Really-
Evans is a stud.
Really regret having Mike Evans on my team. I should have taken Lad McConkey. Can you believe that name, Trevor? Lad McConkey?
How dare they?
The 13th ranked wide receiver in fantasy because he's not sexy and flashy. However,
He's aging too,
he is aging.
but he is good.
However, he has not played one single season in the NFL without hitting 1,000 yards or more.
Last year he was hurt for like 4 games because of a hamstring.
But he came back and
He
balled
did,
out.
and he balled. Yeah,
And he did amazing.
he wrecked his
May have
hamstring
been
on.
slightly forced 1,000 yards, but
Doesn't
it
matter.
was there. I made it.
How about this?
Hey.
How about this added in?
He got 1,000.
He had 74 catches and 11 touchdowns last year. That's pretty solid too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I loved having him on my
1,000
team.
Catches
You're never going to
or
be mad.
1,000 yards.
Don't take Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, Jackson Smith, and Jake Boone. They have shaky quarterback situations, shaky teams. Just grab Mike Evans. You're not going to be mad about it. You're not going to be like, man, what a bummer that he had 7 catches for 110 yards this week.
That's Baker Mayfield's first, second, third, and fourth choice.
Yeah.
when
It
he's
is.
throwing the ball.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where's Mike Evans? Oh, he's not open yet. Oh, where is he again? Oh, he's not open yet. Oh, there
Gotta
he is.
scramble for a little while.
So those are guys that I would consider my stars. Like guys that have real value to them and I think have the potential to be top 5 guys in their position class.
All right.
How do you like that for your trio there, the Buccaneers?
Baker, Evans, and who?
Baker, Bucky Irving, and Mike
Irving.
Evans.
Yeah.
Actually, Bucky Irving is my keeper in my college league.
That could be a really fun one.
So not to give too much away, I might be trying that.
yeah.
And that might be why I'm looking at the Tampa Bay roster to see who can I grab. Because I don't know if I want Baker necessarily, because I want to grab Lamar or Josh Allen or
Baker
Jalen
could
Hurts.
throw up big numbers. It
He
could
could.
also hurt you.
But
never
he
know,
also
but
he can sling it, but he also can put
He
up
was-
25 interceptions.
Baker was a top 5 guy last year.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, Liam Cohen left the offensive coordinator to go to the Jags, and they have a new offensive coordinator, so maybe things will be a little different in the offense this year, but who knows? But yeah, it's a real possibility. Some sleepers. So we kind of referenced the 49ers a little bit, and honestly, we haven't talked about them too much, but Ricky Pearsall. I'm just a little confused by this situation here.
Running back?
Wide
No,
receiver.
wide out. Yeah, because McCaffrey is the running back.
So the 49ers have the easiest schedule this year. The easiest. Purdy, McCaffrey, and Kittle are all back and healthy. The offensive line hasn't fluctuated that much. Brandon Ayuk is coming off a major knee injury, is not practicing, and they have no timetable for him to be ready for the season. Debo was shipped to Washington. Juwan Jennings has asked for a trade, has sat out, has played in some games, and is nursing an injury. All of it. They have very little options. Signed Robbie Chosen, who used to be Robbie Anderson, just traded for Sky Moore, who has not caught a ball since 2023. A catch.
Solid.
A catch. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I want that guy on my team.
Pearsall is ranked wide receiver number 44. Now, last year he was a rookie. He missed out on a serious chunk of his year because he was shot in an attempted robbery
Yeah, in the chest.
in the chest.
And he came back.
And he came back
Yeah.
within weeks. He got shot, man.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't understand this. I don't understand how he's going wide receiver 44 right now. That's a solid guy. That's somebody you can grab in
Yeah.
the 8th and 9th round, and he might be the second wide receiver on your team. And he might have 11, 12, 13 touchdown potential. Like, he's not a bad guy. He's going into his second year. I don't understand it. Take a flyer on that guy. Like, highlight him. Hopefully nobody else is paying attention. This one I don't feel the best about, but Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb has had more devastating knee injuries than Adrian Peterson and, like, Bo Jackson combined.
Yeah.
His knees and legs and everything has been blown out to the nth degree.
They've gone in directions on the game field that you can't even
That
imagine.
poor guy. Like, it's not even like he has these random ones. It's
No.
just someone lands
They
completely.
destroy his leg.
Now, he is in Houston. He's not in Cleveland anymore.
Yep.
Thank goodness for him.
Houston's got a little bit of a shaky offensive line. However, he's got a great quarterback.
CJ.
They got a good passing game. And Joe Mixon's already hurt.
And more importantly, it's not Cleveland anymore.
And it's not Cleveland anymore.
Yeah.
Now, Nick Chubb might get some runs, but 8 or 9 touchdowns, you play him in a bye week. You stash him late, you grab him in the 10th round, 11th round, whatever, or maybe even at the very end. I don't know. Maybe he's a fill-in some week that Joe Mixon's not able to play.
How long is Mixon hurt for?
No
Or what
time-
did he do?
No timetable.
No timetable? Do you know what he did?
It's a foot injury,
Okay.
so not good.
Yeah. That could
And
that
Mixon
could take
and
weeks.
Mixon is always shaky. Every
True.
single year he is always shaky. This always
True.
happens with him. So I don't know. He might be just a guy that you're like, I've got my top 3 running backs already. I need to fill up my wide receivers, so then you move on to that as a priority.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to grab one more running back to kind of fill out my bench. Nick Chubb. He doesn't do anything for 3 weeks. Drop him. Whatever. Don't care. However, might come in handy when you're playing the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Colts 6 games this year. Just think about that.
All right.
Just think about that.
Bionicle knee man.
Bryce Young,
Quarterback. Don't tell me. Panthers.
the Panthers.
Yes.
I hope he has a comeback
Ooh.
story here. That'd be fun.
He had a comeback story last
He
year.
did, yeah.
He did.
But I guess I hope he continues his comeback story.
I realize I said there isn't really any quarterback sleepers, like because you want the top tier guys.
Mhm.
It's really hard to figure that out or to navigate that quarterback, and you don't want to mess with the Bryce Youngs really if you're not in a super flex.
If you
league.
don't have to.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't- I do want to make that clear. If you're in a
He's
super
breaking his
flex league,
commandments already.
Matt's telling you to draft Bryce Young, the first
First
quarterback
No.
off the board. Round
So-
4.
like it's way too the quarterback position is way too polarizing. The premiums are way too high. If you want to roll with Geno this year, fine. If you want to take a flyer on JJ McCarthy because you think you're really cute and funny, go for it. That's cool too. Doesn't matter to me. I mean,
Sounds
maybe
like it might.
maybe you think Cam Ward could have like a Cam Newton rookie season kind of fun where the team stinks but he puts up some serious numbers. Yeah. So last year, the Panthers really did actually improve under Bryce Young. Now, it was a weird year. So they started with Bryce Young. They benched Bryce Young and brought in Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton got into a car accident, so they had to bring Bryce Young back in. They ended up going 4-8 with him under center. He had 15 touchdowns and 9 picks. It's not great.
Not bad, though.
Not crazy. But he had 6 rushing touchdowns. So he was in some positions last year where he had to bail, he had to run, whatever. Maybe the team is a little bit better. Year 2 of the Dave Canales system. They drafted McMillan out of Arizona. Year 2 for Xavier Legette. Chuba Hubbard is a solid running back, not a sexy name because his name is Chuba, but they might have an improved offense a little bit. They play in a bad division, so there's some potential that if you were in that Superflex league and you were like bottom of the barrel, need somebody for a bye week, throw in Bryce Young. It'll be fun.
I like it.
Last one is Isaiah Likely. It's hard because he's injured right now. He is coming back in week 2, I believe, or week 3. But he is going to supplant Mark Andrews as the Baltimore Ravens tight end at some point, and it might be this year. Mark Andrews had a terrible year last year. Terrible. It's feast or famine with Likely right now because he's not running as many routes as Mark Andrews. He's not on the field as many times. But when Mark Andrews didn't play last year, he averaged 50 yards per game, which, if he kept up that pace, would have made him the 6th best tight end in fantasy last year.
Mark Andrews is pretty old, isn't he?
He's getting
He's
there.
been around
He's
for a
getting
while.
there. Could he or Andrews get traded this year? Maybe. That's another thing that I didn't put as a commandment because you don't really want to bank on it. But like
Bank on trades.
stars could get traded. Christian McCaffrey got traded mid-year from the Panthers to the 49ers. Complete revelation. Literally won me a championship. Like, very important. Likely could get traded. Or he just takes over that Baltimore spot, that top spot, where Baltimore's offense literally schemes for tight ends. Literally runs plays for their tight ends. And runs plays for Isaiah Likely. So if you're desperate, if you decided you wanted that Pat Fryermuth fella or that Jonnu Smith fella
What a name.
out of Pittsburgh,
I might, just for the name.
and you need somebody to kind of fill in because you're mad and swearing up a storm and you didn't listen to my commandments, Isaiah Likely. I had him on my team last year. He was fun. Rode that high for a little while, and then it was over when Mark Andrews came back.
I love it.
Here's some stayaways,
Oh,
and these are the teams. The Browns, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Giants, and the Steelers. These are my 5 stay-away teams.
Down
he's
the Steelers
always got the
again.
Steelers in there, always.
The Browns, pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't want
No-brainer.
anything to do with that quarterback group. It's not a Shadur Sanders slight at all. I don't want anything to do with that Browns team.
It's just a hodgepodge of random people.
I like Kevin Stefanski a lot. I thought he was a great Minnesota coordinator. And he has done great things with Cleveland. He really has. I don't want anything to do with that. Similar situation to the Saints. Tyler Schaff, Spencer Rattler, and Jake Hayner are the quarterbacks. They have not picked. They're the only...
Who are those guys?
Exactly.
Honestly, I've never heard any of their names.
They have not named a starter for week 1. They're the only team that do not have their starter figured out.
Jeepers.
What else is there to say about it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, pass.
The Dolphins, there's like a rotting corpse smell going on in Miami. Like, the Mike McDaniels thing is a little fucked up now.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was super cute and funny, and They have a high octane offense, and like everything's going great when Tyreek Hill is making a play that would be 7 yards, 70.
Yeah.
Like that's really cute and all.
I mean, your QB's a zombie too. Like,
Right. So there's already infighting between Tyreek Hill giving up on the team at the end of the year and Tua calling him out during training camp. Jalen Waddle sucks.
Solid.
They traded their tight end Johnny Smith to the Steelers. They traded Jalen Ramsey on their defense. They don't have as many defensive and offensive pieces. Devon Achane is fun, but their offensive line is not good. Just stay away.
Hard pass.
You don't want to mess with Tua. That's probably the thing. That's kind of the overarching thing for these stay away teams. Don't mess with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You don't want these quarterbacks. Which leads me to the Giants. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart, and Tommy DeVito. All 4 of these guys are probably going to be on their roster.
flawless.
All 4 of these guys you're probably going to see in a regular season game this year, unless Jackson Dart goes crazy.
That's unreal.
Like, I just don't trust them. They have a decent defense. Like, their front, I was telling Taylor before we started, but, like, their front 4 is probably, like, the best in the entire NFL. Everything after that is garbage.
Yeah.
Everything else is bad.
Sorry, Kenny.
Can't do it. Kenny, sorry, buddy. Now the Steelers. I think I made myself pretty clear on the NFL, on the previous podcast, how I feel about the Steelers. I have no faith in Aaron Rodgers, and if you do have faith in him taking this team to any sort of top 10, top 15, top half of the league offense, I think you are smoking crack. It's over. The Aaron Rodgers thing is over. It's done.
It's there just enough to make it into the playoffs.
No. Nope.
Just crack. Nothing
It's
else.
over. It's over. Their defense is solid, but they play in a hard division.
Their defense has been solid for 20 years.
Right, but they play. Okay, so
No, and that's just who the Steelers are.
Right.
Their defense is good.
They have
and
had-
then they scored 10 points.
for my entire life, they have had a good defense.
Yeah,
There's not
exactly.
been one year where it's like, Steelers, kind of a crap defense this
Yeah.
year. They've always had solid defenses. Their offense is so bad they'll never be able to keep up. So those games
No,
will probably
you're
be 10, 13-7.
Yeah.
That's it. So you're not getting any production. They have not figured out their starting running backs. DK Metcalf is not to be trusted. Pat Fryermuth?
Love that name.
No Pat Fryermuth.
Stay away from him.
No Pat Fryermuth.
Go towards the Steelers, but stay
Also,
away from Fryermuth.
Arthur Smith is their offensive coordinator, who was the head coach for the Falcons when Kyle Pitts was there. Stay away.
Stay away from Kyle Pitts.
Stay away. Stay away players, real fast. Dalton Kincaid, tight end for the Bills. They don't even run any fucking plays for him. Why would you draft him?
Not when you have Josh Allen at the helm.
Exactly. Deebo Samuel. Had pneumonia last year. Kind of a fat ass this year. Don't trust him. He's wide receiver 36 for a reason.
But he's on the Commanders, so you could take a risk from a dumb standpoint. But
Sure.
whatever.
Sure.
Go Commanders.
The only time Deebo had 900 receiving yards or more in a season was 2021.
Who was throwing to him?
Probably Jimmy Garoppolo.
How many
Jimmy
rushing
G.
yards
Probably
did he
Jimmy G.
also
Which is
have?
also not in the...
I don't have the rushing yards.
I don't even know if he's
exactly.
in the league anymore. I think he just got popped for steroids. Keep going, sorry.
Jonathan Taylor, running back in Indy. The vibes in Indy are atrocious. The dolphin smell, the rotten smell has ventured north. I don't want anything to do with these Colts. They probably could have been in my stay away teams. But desperate times will call for people who
Deal.
really, really want to have Jonathan Taylor on their team. They've got no identity. They have Daniel Jones as their quarterback. That means they have no identity. People don't realize how bad it's going to be. And when you have Anthony Richardson, who is going to come in at some point.
QB number 2.
They have a brand new offensive line. The Vikings took 2 offensive linemen from
them, yeah.
the Colts.
Yeah.
Their best offensive linemen. They are going to be in a horrible, horrible situation this year. And Jonathan Taylor's not always going to be playing from behind. He's not going to be able to be a bell cow.
Yeah.
He's not going to have 25 touches. And he doesn't get incorporated into the passing game. He's not worth the 2nd or 3rd round pick that they have him as labeled. And the last one. And I'm going to be a hypocrite. But you really should not draft Joe Burrow. You really shouldn't. His career has been this. Up and down, injured, not injured, injured, not injured. And last year he was on a heater. And they didn't make the frickin' playoffs, man.
Yeah. Last year just pretty much goes to show it that if they can't make the playoffs after what he did with Chase, it's tough.
He's had 2 season-ending injuries in 5 years. Like, he is injury prone.
Well,
He had nearly
injury prone and his team doesn't block for him.
right, and they did
True.
nothing to change the offensive line.
No.
Washington might have a better offensive line than them.
He had
Probably.
almost 5,000 passing yards and 43 touchdowns last year. That's crazy.
That is nuts.
They didn't make the playoffs, guys. That's insane. Now, let's say he returns more to a mean,
Wild.
to more of his average normal of what he produces in a season. So we'll call it 4,500 yards and 34 touchdowns. That's significant. That is not a top 10 quarterback, then. That's a pretty big dip. And you don't want to mess with that, especially with the sticker price of him being so high. There's going to be guys that pick him probably after, like, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Because he's going to get creamed in one of those games, and he's not going to get back up. And then
Yeah.
you're dealing with scouring for another quarterback because you listened to me when I said don't draft 2 quarterbacks. See?
So you screwed them over.
So I
I'm
screwed him
saying.
over. So I
Man.
screwed him over. And that's my fantasy advice.
I love the fantasy advice.
I can give some more fantasy advice throughout the season. Some ad drops, maybe some waiver wires,
Yeah.
some potential trades, whatever.
We'll pick up on that stuff. I think this is
But-
a good place to start, though.
I
Your
think-
commandments were great.
Thank you.
They were.
I know that. I know.
They really were.
I know. Aspen liked it. She was awake
And we
for
learned
most
that
of it.
Moses
Yeah.
scratched a little fine print. in
Yeah,
Just
there.
a little
yeah,
asterisk.
yeah.
Just a little asterisk.
With
That's
with
it.
the teams to stay away from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
asterisk.
Exactly. Just a little asterisk.
Oh, man. There it is, folks.
Happy drafting, everybody.
Happy drafting.
Have fun.
We want to hear if you listen to these 10 commandments. Let us know. Let Matt know. Let Trevor know. And then
Let Trevor know, especially.
yeah, let Trevor know
Yeah.
because he's a non-running back kind of guy.
0 RB strategy from that guy.
Still, I've never heard of it.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for listening to me. We really do appreciate it. We are going to bring all of the NFL conversation, fantasy conversation, and other fun things to you guys this season on the podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. You can hear us on all of your podcast platforms, and we will be back later. Thanks for listening. Peace.